An English chapter from Class 10 NCRT, The Sermon at Benaras, throws light on the early life of Buddha. His full name was Siddhartha Gautam. He was a preacher who lived in South Asia during 6th or 5th century BC and founded Buddhism. His journey of spiritual awakening will be perfectly described in this video. Hello everyone, you're watching The Tutor. Now let's begin with the chapter. Gautam Buddha, 563 BC to 483 BC, began life as prince named Siddhartha Gautam. As I told you, his full name was Siddhartha Gautama, and it is believed that he lived between 563 BC to 483 BC in northern India. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later, he returned home to marry a princess. So, when he was 12 years of age, he was sent for schooling in Hindu sacred scripture to learn. Okay, he was sent to school when he was 12 years old, and after 4 years, he returned. After 4 years, he completed his studies and he returned home to marry a princess. They had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted royalty. Now, after marriage, they had a son and they had a happy life for 10 years. There was no pain, no sorrow, no trouble. Okay, so everything was going smooth till 10 years of her of their marriage. At about the age of 25, the prince, heretofore shielded from the sufferings of the world, heretofore means until then, shielded means covered. So, for 10 years, he was very much happy. He did not know the pain and sorrow. But one day, what happened at the age of 25, when he reached his 25 years of age, uh, he found something strange. Once he went out for hunting. While out hunting, chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. Okay, so once when he went out at the age of 25 for hunting, he saw a sick man, means a dull man, a ill man. Then he saw aged man, means elder man, a senior citizen. Then he saw a funeral procession, means somebody was dead and his body was taken to bury. Okay, and finally he saw a monk begging for alms. Alms means money. He saw all these people. These sights so moved him that he at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. So when he saw these people, like aged man, a sick man, and the dead body, and a monk begging for money, he wanted to know why these people are in sorrow. What is the reason for their pain? He wanted to understand it. Enlightenment means understand the knowledge. He wanted to gain the knowledge. He wanted to find out the reason that he has seen from his eyes, because before then he did not see anything. So this was new for him and he wanted to find out reason why people are so worried and why they are in pain. Okay, then he wandered for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree where he vowed to stay. Vowed means he promised. So to find out the reason why people are unhappy, he wandered. Wandered means roam. He moved here and there. He roamed here and there for 7 years, and finally he got a peepal tree. He saw a peepal tree and he sat under that tree, and he promised himself that unless I come to know all the reason why people are unhappy, why they are in pain, I will not get up from this place until enlightenment came, means until I get all the knowledge and answer. Enlightened after 7 days, he renamed the tree the Bodhi tree, tree of wisdom. So for 7 days, he was sitting under the peepal tree, and in those 7 days, he understood the cause for the pain, why people are in sorrow, why they are begging, why, matlab, what pain they have. He understood everything. And after understanding, he renamed the tree as Bodhi tree. That people tree, he named it as Bodhi tree, and the meaning of Bodhi is tree of wisdom. It means wisdom. And began to teach and to share his new understanding. Then he started to share his thoughts with other. He started to teach to others, okay, about what he felt. At that point, he became known as the Buddha. So, when he got the understanding and when he decided to share his thoughts and make people aware about that, he was called as Buddha. Buddha means the awakened or enlightened, a person full of knowledge. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Benaras. Now, what is sermon? The name of the chapter is also Sermon at Benaras. Sermon means a religious teaching. Okay, religious teaching delivered. Okay, and who mostly deliver the religious speech? Either priest, monk, sage, hermit, or Maulanas. So these people usually speak about their religion. They speak about their religion to the people. They say what their religion says. Means all the moral values they share. So he became a preacher. Actually, he became a preacher and he started to give sermon. Sermon means to deliver religious talk. Okay, so the first speech that he gave, the first sermon that he gave was at the city of Banaras. Now, where is Banaras? It is situated on the bank of river Ganga. Okay, it is situated on the bank of river Ganga. Now it is named as Varanasi. Varanasi. Old name of Varanasi is Banaras. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Inscrutable means something which cannot be understood, means a difficult type of situation. A difficult type of situation came, and this Buddha, he gave his speech, he gave sermon. Okay, so that we are going to see in this chapter, that what difficult situation came and what sermon he gave at Banaras and to whom he gave that sermon. Let's see. Kisa Gautami had an only son and he died. Now, this story is about Kisa Gautami. She is a lady. Kisa Gautami is a lady. She had only one son and he died. Unfortunately, he died in her grief. Grief means in her sorrow. She carried the dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine, and the people said she has lost her senses. The boy is dead. Now, Kisa Gautami, she was very much upset and she lost her sense because she had only one son and he also passed away. So that was very shocking news for her, and she became mad. Mad means she lost her sense for a while, and she went here and there to her neighbors, and she begged to save the life of the boy. She was asking for medicine, that give some medicine so that my boy can be alive now. He can be brought alive. But is it possible for a dead person to be alive again? No. Once a person is dead, he is completely dead. He is gone from this world. He cannot come back. But Kisa Gautami was not ready to accept the fact that she has lost her child. So she was begging here and there, she was going here and there and asking for medicine so that she could bring her child back. Neighbors were saying that she has lost her senses. The boy is dead, he can't be brought back. At length, Kisa Gautami met a man who replied to her request, I cannot give you medicine for your child, but I know a physician who can. Physician means a doctor, okay, a doctor who can cure your boy. So she heard a reply, she got a reply from a man that I know a person who can solve your problem. I don't have the medicine for your child, but I know a physician, a person who can bring you some happiness in your life, or he can cure your problem. And the girl said, girl means Kisa Gautami said, pray tell me, sir, who is it? And the man replied, go to Sakya Muni, the Buddha. Now, one more name of Gautam Buddha is Sakya Muni. He gave address of Sakya Muni, Gautami Buddha. Kisa Gautami repaired to the Buddha and cried, Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my boy. Now she went to the Buddha and asked for medicine. The Buddha answered, I want a handful of mustard seed. Okay, mustard seed. And when the girl in her joy promised to procure it, the Buddha added, the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. So when she reached Gautami Buddha and told her problem, he said, "Yes, I'm ready to help you, but you have to do one thing for me. You have to bring a handful of mustard seeds." Mustard seeds, and she became very happy when she heard to bring the mustard seeds. Then he added, "Procure means to get or to bring." Okay, she agreed to bring the mustard seed. Then Buddha added, but the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent, or friend. Now he is putting a condition that from wherever you are bringing the mustard seed, you have to see to it that in that house no one has died till now. Okay, no one has died till now means no child, no husband, no parent, or no friend, anybody. Okay, you have to search such house where nobody has died till now. Poor Kisa Gautami now went from house to house, and people pitied her. Pitied means felt sorry. Okay, felt sorry for her and said, here is mustard seed, take it. But when she asked, did a son or daughter, a father or mother die in your family? They answered, alas, the living are few, but the dead are many. Do not remind us of our deepest grief. So she went house to house asking that mustard seed. So everyone was ready to give her the mustard seed. But when she asked the second question that anybody died in your house, so what they said, what the neighbors said, that don't remind me of our past. Okay, means everybody has lost some or the other person. They said that living are few but dead are more. See, so beautiful sentence is this. Means the living creature are very few, but the one who has gone, okay, the number of people who are dead, they are many. We are very less. We alive people are very less, and those who have gone, they are many. Okay, so they said that don't remind us of our deepest grief. It brings tears to our eyes. And there was no house, but some beloved one had died in it. So there was no house where any people did not die till yet. Kisa Gautami became weary. Weary means very tired. She became very tired and hopeless. She did not have hope now, and sat down at the wayside, watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished. Flickered means to lit, and extinguish means to off. Okay, to go. So now she was tired because she could she because she was not able to find any house where any people is not dead till now. So now she was tired, she sat on the way and she was looking at the lights of the city. They were flickering up, means they were lighting up, okay? The light, the fire of the light, it was flickering up. Then it was extinguishing. Means once the fire was coming, then again it was going, then again it was coming, again it was going, like that it was happening. At last the darkness of the night reigned everywhere. Then finally everywhere there was darkness. Okay, all the lights were off and there was darkness everywhere. And she considered the fate of men. Fate means a future, that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. And she thought to herself, how selfish am I in my grief. Now, when she was looking at the flickering up of lights, she came to know, she understood that even man, even people, they have the same future. For some time, they live their life, and after some time, they have to go from this world. They have to leave the world and they have to go. She understood the reason. Okay, she was in grief. She was not ready to accept uh, that her boy, that her child is dead. So now she came to know the truth of the life, that our life is same like this flickering of lights. For sometimes it is there, we are alive, then after sometimes we have to go, we have to leave the world and go. She understood. How selfish am I in my grief? Death is common to all, yet in this valley of desolation there is a path that leads him to immortality who has surrendered all selfishness. Desolation means desolation means isolated or very lonely, feeling very lonely. Now she understood that death is common to all. It has to come, and no one can escape from it. And only if you want to remain immortal. See, mortal means something that has life and death. That is mortal, and immortal means that does not have death. We human beings are mortal. We have life, and one day we have to go. Okay, so we are mortal, and immortal means everlasting. Okay, unending, which lasts forever and ever and ever, which has no death. That is immortal. So she is thinking that if we really want to be immortal, then we have to surrender all our selfishness. We don't have to be selfish for the worldly life, then only we can remain immortal. the buddha said The Buddha said, the life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with pains. Now, what the Buddha is saying, that the life of the living beings, the mortal, is full of pain and trouble. You will not get peace here. There will be grief and there will be pain. For there is not any means by which those that have been born can avoid dying. So there is no means, there is no chance that you can save your life. If you are born, you have to die. You have no solution, or you have no other ways that you could save your life. Okay, you have to accept that truth. That is a universal truth, that you have to accept, that if you are born, one day you have to leave the world and you have to go from here. After reaching old age, there is death. So this is the common assumption. When a child is born, he reaches his youth, then he becomes uh, old, then when he becomes old, he die. That is the assumption. But it is not necessary that after uh, reaching the old age you die. Even young people die. Okay. Okay, of such of nature are living beings as ripe fruits. Ripe fruits means the fruits that are ready to eat. Ripe fruits are early in danger of falling. So when the fruit is ripe, they have more chances to fall from the tree. So mortals when born are always in a danger of death. So he is comparing the life of mortal with the ripe tree, with ripe fruits, that once when the fruits are ripe, it is going to fall anytime, it may fall down. The same way we mortals are. When we are born, anytime we may die. We have to accept that. As all earthen vessels made by the potter end in being broken. He is also giving one more example of earthen pots, the clay pots, that they are made, clay pots are made, but any time it can be broken. It is mortal. So is the life of mortals. So two examples he is giving, one of ripe fruit and the other of clay pots. Both young and adults, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. all are subject to death. He is saying that death has no age. Anytime it may come to you. Okay, even if you are a young boy or you are adult or you are senior, you are fool or you are wise, you are beautiful or ugly, no matter who you are, what is your age, that doesn't matter. If death has to come, it will come to you and you cannot avoid it, you cannot run from it. It is for sure. Death is for sure. Of, of those who overcome by death depart from life. A father cannot save his son, nor kinsmen their relation. Kinsmen means relationship only. Mark. He is saying that mark my words, that death is bound to come. We all have to taste it. We all have to go through that situation. We all have to die one day, and nobody can save anyone. A father cannot save his son from dying, nor you can save any relationship. If it is going to come, it will come, and we all have to go. While relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, means feeling upset. Lamenting means feeling upset or sad. One by one, mortals are carried off like an ox that is led to slaughter. Okay, so when any person they die, what the relatives do, they carry them and they go and bury, right? So when you see that dead body, you should understand that one day even I have to go like that. One day I will be in that place. Okay, so just taking sorrow or just crying is of no use. You have to accept that uh, fact that one day we all have to go. Like he is giving an example, like how an ox, a bull, or a cow, they are slaughtered. The same way, one by one, everyone will be slaughtering. Actually, here slaughter is used for animal, but for person, for human being, it means that they have to leave the world and go. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. Afflicted means it is uh, affected by suffering, disease, or pain. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. Therefore, the wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of the world. So now the one who understand the universal truth that one day we have to go, if you have accepted that truth, you will not be in grief. You will not feel sorry for your life, nor you will sit and cry for that, because you already know that you have to die one day. So you have to accept that fact, and only wise people will not be in grief because they know it. Not from weeping nor from grieving will alone obtain peace of mind. He's saying that if you weep means to cry. If you cry and if you feel sorry for what has happened, you will not get peace of mind. On the contrary, his pain will be greater and his body will suffer. He's saying, on the other hand, if you sit and cry, only your body will be in pain and also your mind will not be at peace. So there is no solution to this problem. If you cry, there is no solution. Then what is the solution? That you have to accept the truth, that you, if you are born, you have to go one day. If you accept that fact, you will be free from all the sorrows. He will make himself sick and pale. If you sit and cry, what you will do? Your body will become sick and you will become pale. Yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation. And if you sit and feel pity for the person who has passed away, he will not come back because of your tears. So, what is the use of sitting and crying? He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. So, if you want to be really happy and relaxed, then you have to come out of this complaint. You have to come out of this thinking. What thinking? That you sit and cry and you sit and feel sorry for what has happened. You have to come out of all those things. Then only you will be in peace. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed, composed means controlled, who has control on his thought, only that person will get peace. Okay, if you have control on your thoughts and if you have accepted the truth, then only you will be in peace. He who has overcome all sorrow will become free from sorrow and be blessed, and only then you will be blessed. Okay, so what is the moral of this chapter? That we have to understand the fact that mortals, they are born and they have to go. So you should not be carried away by the emotions. Okay, you have to make yourself understand that one day we all have to go and the life has to move on. When you accept this truth, you will find your life easy, and there will be no sorrow and pain in your life. That's all in this chapter. I hope you have understood it. It gives a beautiful message, the fact of life. It teaches fact of life. Okay, now here the video ends. If you want more such explanation, then do hit the button, share and subscribe the channel.